Go ahead.
Go ahead. Welcome everyone to Parks, Recreation and Leisure Activity Committee meeting on September 4th at 10 a.m. City Hall. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Any of the conflicts of interest? See
No,
none?
not for me.
Thank you. Approval of the agenda? Moved by Mayor Brown, second by Councilor Strong.
Yes.
Thank you. Adoption of the minutes, June 30th, 2025. Moved by Mayor Brown. Second by Councilor Drawn. Was there any,
Yes, thank you.
okay, was there any business arising from those minutes? Seeing none? Councilor Drawn, you see none?
No.
Okay, let's go right into the reports. First report, Charlottetown Islanders Senior Baseball Team Recognition. That would be our Assistant Manager, Christopher Drummond. Christopher, please.
Thank you, Chair. So the Charlottetown Islanders recently were successful in winning the 2025 Baseball Canada National Championship in August in Saskatchewan. This is the first time ever a team from Prince Edward Island or representing Prince Edward Island has won a national championship in the sport of baseball at any level. So it was suggested to us that we should recognize this significant achievement of the Charlottetown Islanders who play out of Memorial Field in Victoria Park. So the suggestion that we have come up with is that we would place a permanent sign attached to the side of the announcer's booth at Memorial Field facing towards the parking lot. The sample sign would include welcoming people to the field and acknowledging it as the home of the Charlottetown Islanders and as the 2025 Baseball Canada National Champions. So we bring this forward to the committee for their support, as well as then forwarding it to council for their support, just because also it does fall into Victoria Park, so we want to make sure that we are following all those steps that we need to take for that. And I believe that we will also recognize the team on Tuesday night at our regular meeting of council. And then also, once the sign has been installed, we will do an official unveiling of the sign at the field with the team during one of their games. They are getting ready to defend their title again in the next couple of days, and they'll have some games at Victoria Park during their playoff run. So we bring forward to the committee for support and certainly any suggestions if they want to make changes or if they don't support. The cost will be $373 plus HST. That includes the sign and the installation onto the Memorial Field announcer's booth.
Thank you, Christopher.
And you'll see the draft rendering there, and that's just a draft. We are gonna tweak it with regards to colors, I think, a bit,
Yes.
but.
I think it's a great idea, and as I brought up at our meeting last week, like we recognize them, it's, as you say, the first time, and the senior old-timers that was, or the old-timers tournament that was here, it's basically not sanctioned by Baseball Canada, correct?
Correct.
So-
It's a national tournament, but it's not a Baseball Canada national
So this is
event,
why
yes.
we're basically going ahead with this one. Any questions, Councilor Drong, or in this, or you approve it?
No, I think it's a great idea. Like to move it, that'd be great.
Thank you, sir. Okay, moved by Councilor Drong, second by Mayor Brown to move it on to council.
Can I
Mayor Brown?
just add, so will this be ready for Tuesday? The team will be playing a home game here on Tuesday.
They have a playoff game Saturday. I think their schedule had just come out.
Yeah, I spoke to Jake Beck yesterday,
Okay.
and he said the home game is this Tuesday.
So we didn't necessarily want to sort of jump the gun, we wanted to have council support
We need-
before,
yeah.
Yeah, we need
before
our
we
support
actually put the sign up. We'll have the sort of the final draft of the rendering, and we'll put that in the package, so they'll see, you'll acknowledge them, and you'll say, here's the sign that's gonna be put up at Memorial Field, once we have council support.
So when do we put it up? Are you going for the Saturday game? Do you know what game is?
We'd put it up after next council, so Tuesday, we'd have the sign ready to go, we could put it up probably prior to their next game, I would think.
Yeah, but I think
You won't be
we'd
ready
like
for
to have a
Tuesday.
ceremony to make that presentation. Are we just gonna put it up?
Well, no, you'll have a
Well, that's what he
presentation
said,
to
unveiling.
council, you're gonna have a presentation to council, weren't you gonna invite the team in?
Yeah.
So you'll you'll have presentation to them and say that this is the sign that will be placed at Memorial Field. Then when we have the sign placed, then during one of their games, we'll just have a little smaller sort of an
So
unveiling.
currently their schedule looks like Saturday and then Sunday in Fredericton and then back here on Tuesday. They wouldn't be back here for game 5 if it's necessary until Friday the 12th. So it could be potentially that day that we would do something. Cause we wanna make sure the council is okay with putting the sign up, getting their approval, and then it'll probably take a couple of days for the sign to be completed and then installed. So we have to work with the sign company to make sure that they can install it in that time frame too.
So, Mr. Chair, we invited them up on Tuesday night, I'm just trying to clarify that.
But I think the idea was to invite them here
Yes.
before their game. There was only gonna be maybe a couple individuals, like the whole team's not gonna come because they have a playoff game. We recognize them at council, and then we would recognize them again at the field once the sign is ready to be
Once you're
unveiled
unveiling
at that
the
time.
sign,
Yes,
So you'll set up a time for that also?
yes, we will work
There'll be
with
a
them
little ceremony
too.
once we get the sign.
We just need them to continue to win so that we can be there if they go in 3 games.
Yeah, it'd be their game, so they're that'll be on there.
So is it possible that it's, because of the tight schedule, what time is the Tuesday night game? 8 o'clock?
Tuesday night game is at 8 o'clock.
Right. So Jake said they'd like to try to get earlier instead of 5 o'clock. We moved the council meeting back to 4:30, start at 4:30. Is that something we can do?
Yeah, that's beyond my
I
authority.
don't have an issue with it myself personally, I don't know, but is that gonna go to council or,
No, it's just, we can just send it out,
so whose call is that, your Brad?
both of us. Are you all right with that, Council Drawn?
Sure, yeah, no problem, whatever you.
We'll just,
Yeah.
so they'll have plenty of time to get back to,
To Memorial Field.
okay.
Yeah, and as our staff said, that we gotta get it approved through council first before we can have
We
everything.
want the support, yeah.
Yes.
Like, we don't necessarily, according to the Victoria
And I don't
Park
think there's gonna be an
bylaw.
issue with it, but at the same time, I mean, there could be somebody saying, no, we don't wanna do that, you know. Okay, that's great, Christopher, thank you very much. Number B, Ukrainian, Canadian Congress, PEI branch, request to install monument. Who got that?
That'd be myself.
Our manager, Frank Quinn. Brad, do you have a agenda?
I got it on my computer.
Okay, no, I was maybe just we can get you one if you
I
have.
have one, do you want it?
If you have a paper copy, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right, so you'll see the report in your package, I'll just give a brief highlight. So we received a request from the Ukrainian Canadian Congress PEI branch to install a monument. So I'm bringing forward the actual monument they're looking at installing is the Holodorm, is that how you say it?
Holodomor.
Holodomor, sorry, commemorative monument within Charlottetown, and the location that we're looking at is Confederation Landing. And this is here before you to obtain the committee's support, and then we'd be forwarding to council for their consideration and approval. This started back in April, and initially we received email from the acting CAO that there'd been a meeting between the Ukrainian group and city representatives, which was the mayor and the acting CAO at the time. They discussed, the installation of this monument in Charlottetown. The monument they are requesting to install is titled The Bitter Memories of Childhood. It depicts a young girl holding ears of wheat to her chest, a powerful and heartbreaking representation of the children lost during the Holodomor, the man-made famine genocide orchestrated by the Soviet regime in 1932 to 33. This project is especially timely and relevant as the government of Prince Edward Island officially recognized the Holodomor as the genocide and declared the 4th Saturday of November as the Holodomor Memorial Day in 2023. So just with regards to it, initially that was discussed, we needed some more additional information. I was invited into the discussion as well. We went down, I met down with the group down at Confederation Landing Park. Initially they had suggested one location that was not it wasn't visibly the best location and it was obstructing walkways and whatnot. So we looked at another location. And that was sort of the location we settled on. You'll see the map there that shows the location. The Ukrainian Canadian Congress PI branch will be covering all the associated costs with the purchasing and installation of the monument. And if supported by committee and council, the department will coordinate with this group to ensure a smooth installation of the monument at the proposed site. So you'll see the renderings, the rough rendering of the actual monument. You will see the actual, what it looks like, some pictures there from where it's been installed out in Manitoba, at the Manitoba Legislation Building. Some picture images, and then you'll see the map with the location of the proposed location. It is towards the lower part of the park, just before you go out into the little jut that goes out at the bottom of the park. It's an underutilized space right now. It's an open brick area. The monument can be installed in that, and what we would look at doing is either us or the group would be installing a bench as well in the future. So you can sit, and it's gonna have some wording as well depicting what this monument stands for.
And Frank, just to touch base on that, you said, which would probably be asked again, like everything in this world, cost, who's gonna absorb the cost?
So the actual Ukrainian Congress is absorbing all the costs.
Okay.
And we're working with them, what they're looking at is the location, and we're working with them as well, you know,
Right.
to identify what is needed to install it down their location, cause the base material, the monument is fairly heavy, but it's more of a stand-up one that needs to make sure it has a good base and
It's 100,
secure.
how tall is that, your worship, 100,
What is centimeters? What do you have?
Yeah, it's
A
in
meter and a
the,
half, isn't it?
it is 150 centimeters high,
Meter and a half, so it's about 6 feet.
and then the bottom
Okay.
part is another 50 centimeters, so it is, yeah, it's around 6 feet when it's all
Okay.
put together.
Any questions on that? Councillor Drown?
No, I think that's a good idea, thank you.
And there's other monuments installed across the country, it's,
Right.
we're not the first one to do this.
Does this open the door for other,
Well, if it addresses
I'm
one.
just asking.
Oh, no, it's a great question. It addresses one interest of community when we talk about new Canadians.
right,
And that's about, that's the whole issue of sense of belonging. And the Ukrainian community are very proud of where they are, and they enjoy that, you know, they're getting open arms everywhere they go here in Prince Edward Island, especially in Charlottetown. So the Holodomor is representation of a devastation after, well, prior to World War II. Stalin tried to starve the Ukrainian people. And the Holodomor actually is a compound word which represents hunger and plague. And it is actually its meaning is the death by hunger. So this is a representation that the Ukrainian have installed all over the world where Ukrainians live, work, play, and raise their families. And the cost, it's their full responsibility. Senator Stanley Kutcher, who is the father of Mayor Dan Kutcher,
Right.
they're Ukrainians. He's already made a contribution of $1,000 towards this.
is it a bronze statue, or what's, do we, any idea?
It's a bronze.
It's a bronze statue, it actually comes from Ukraine.
It's
Oh,
made.
okay.
Yeah, it's, so that's been the
Interesting thing.
challenge is here getting it shipped here as well. It's, that's been the easiest as well.
And again, it focuses on that sense of belonging, and I think this is, it's not a big effort from our part, it's allowing us to
Find a spot.
open up one of our parks. And as the chair said, would this open it up to other nationalities? Possibly, but again, I think that's what a community is, it's a community of
Yes.
differences and for sure of understanding each other through our own customs and cultures. And this is a representation of the Ukrainian plight against Russia, as we see today that the bombing has been going into the fourth year. There's up to 1.5 million people have been killed, about 1 million Russians, so it's been a hard, long road. And they're a very resilient people if you can look, tracing it back to not just the Stalin years, but prior to that.
So we need a motion moving on to council? Is that what we're looking for here?
Correct, yeah, it'll be a resolution of
Moved
council.
by Mayor Brown, Councillor Drawn? Would you second it?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that, Frank. Okay. C, follow up on a notice of motion from Councillor Trio on a request to recognize the achievements of Billy McGuigan. Christopher,
Yes,
we'll let you have this, and this has been going on for 5 years now. And I looked into a little bit of it too, and I
2020.
And I know the family very well, because my two boys get around their two boys. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna let you do it, because I know we got background from the mayor's office, EA.
Well, the executive assistant, yeah, Jackie
Yeah,
McKinnon.
the EA, and then we had our assistant manager check into things also. So I guess we just wanna clear the air here.
Sure.
If it's possible. Thank you.
thank you, Chair. So yes, as stated, this is a follow-up to the request, notice of motion from Councillor Twill, to bring forward, discussions on recognizing Mr. Billy McGuigan now, who is the head coach of the Summerside Western Capitals. I do want to be clear that our department is very respectful of the achievements that, Mr. McGuigan has achieved in his coaching career of 20+ years. But as the executive assistant from the mayor's office and myself have put forward information to Councillor Twill, we feel that it's not appropriate for the city of Charlottetown to take action in recognizing formally Mr. McGuigan for his coaching achievements, which have been mostly with the Summerside Western Capitals or with other teams outside of Charlottetown. We feel that it would be important to shine the light on individuals within the city of Charlottetown who live inside the city of Charlottetown, individuals or groups, and what they're doing, and maybe something special within the city. As I've also stated, in an article that was published in the Guardian after Mr. McGuigan's 500th win in the Canadian Junior Hockey League with the Western Capitals, he stated that after moving back from Regina, they moved to Summerside. It's where they wanted to raise their family, and essentially is where they call Summerside home. And as I said, we do recognize that he was a former resident of Charlottetown, but now does reside in the city of Summerside, and has had great success, but we just feel that it's not appropriate. We've looked at avenues of our Volunteer of the Year award, which would be the Forbes Kennedy Volunteer of the Year award, which wouldn't be appropriate because he is paid for his coaching duties, as well as the Citizen of the Year award in Charlottetown, and one of those criteria is that the individual must reside within the city of Charlottetown. So
Thank you.
that is our recommendation from our department.
Any questions on that, your worship?
Christopher, if I make a comparison with the Prince Edward Island Senior, Charlottetown Islanders senior baseball team, there's some members of that team from other parts of the island.
That's correct.
But the team's home field is Memorial Field, Victoria Park, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.
Correct.
And I think Doug Hines, was he not
Yes.
awarded the Coach of the Year
I think so, yeah.
for this major national victory?
He would have been for their regular season. I think it was a number of the team members were awarded different accolades for the course of the season, and I do believe that he was awarded the Coach of the Year for the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League for their championship.
So my
Or for
understanding,
their title. They were the league champions this year, so they had a very successful regular season. It wasn't affiliated with the national championship, but certainly they're sort of intertwined, but.
So Doug grew up in Charlottetown. Yeah, I went to school with him. I think now Doug lives in Stratford.
Right.
If someone submitted his name for this honor of Coach of the Year, would he be qualified or disqualified because he lived in Stratford?
Well, he wouldn't qualify for the award because he doesn't live within the city of Charlotte.
That's my point.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
yes.
Thank you.
Councillor Drong, what's your feelings on this?
Well, it all seems like you have all the I's crossed and dotted. If he doesn't meet the criteria, I know Billy's a great guy, great coach.
Yes.
but if they don't live here, I mean, it's, he's in Summerside, right? So, I mean,
Yes.
I agree with the recommendation.
Okay. So, just to update me, what do we do with it now? It's just,
So there will have to be, I spoke with Tracy just to see what's happened with notice of motions before. So to put an end to this, there will have to be a resolution brought to council, which will draft up a resolution, bring it to council to indicate that there's no further action to be taken on this request.
Frank, could I ask, or Christopher, you're both in the sports and recreation field, has the city of Summerside bestowed a recognition or an honor to Billy McGuigan? And
Not that I am aware of. I have spoke to a couple of
no?
people that I have connections with in Summerside through sports and through recreation with the city, and I don't believe that they've recognized him formally with any major thing, right? It may have been a council meeting where they've recognized him during the COVID year when he was coach of the year, right?
Right.
And he has been very successful with the Summerside Western Capitals, with that team and taking them forward in different levels of their playoffs and things like that. But I don't know if anything official recognition, naming something or giving him something with that's, no, I don't
So,
believe.
Mr. Chair, just as a suggestion, and it was just, our CAO mentioned to me, could we not, signed by the committee and the office of the mayor, send a letter to the office of the mayor and council in Summerside to give a letter of support to recognize Billy as a outstanding coach.
The city of
and that
Summerside
the city of
recognizes
Summerside should bestow that honor onto him, and we would gladly participate in that event, but I think that would be the most appropriate recognition from the city of Summerside, and that we would
well, your
provide,
hometown should be doing it, correct?
we would provide a letter of support
Yeah.
from the city of Charlottetown, signed by the chair of Parks, the Standing Committee Parks Recreation,
Yeah.
Parks Recreation and Leisure, and myself, and committee members to say, yes, could you please take this time to honor Billy McGuigan, a former Charlottonian?
Sure, and that was certainly something we had voiced as well. We didn't want to step on the toes of the city of Summerside back earlier when we had discussed this, right? Because we felt it would be more important for them to do something for a resident of their community, of their city to be recognized.
And Frank, I'd say the same, I'd give the same advice or send out the same idea or welcome to the city of Summerside. If someone in Summerside was living in Charlottetown and were the honor of a national award or a provincial award, that they would send something, a letter of support to us to say, could you please recognize Councillor Kevin Ramsey, who lived in Summerside and now is being the top chair of the standing committee.
And
We can certainly clarify
So
if
we-
I knew my
Summers-
name get drawn into this.
and we can clarify as well if Summerside has actually officially
Yes.
done something. That
That's
is
the
my
first thing
own
we should do
opinion,
with
right?
them,
It's,
is
I
clarify.
don't
If
believe they
not,
have,
could we
yes.
follow up?
Because I don't know, like, I'm like you, Christopher, and as I said, like, I know Billy all his life, and Michael.
You know the family.
And Bernie and Brenda, but at the same time, it's just, I can't recall them doing something, but I don't know if he was recognized at all or not, but that would be the first thing we should
Yes.
look at. If he's already recognized up there,
Yeah, so we'll look into that, and then if we'll do here, we'll put the committee's recommendation, it'll, it's
Could you
slightly different
include
than
that we're
ours.
talking about
Yes,
the chair and members of the committee and the office of the mayor put together a letter of support to send to the mayor, office of the mayor and council in Summerside
Yeah.
to recognize William McGuigan, formerly of Charlottetown, as honorary citizen.
so what do? We're making a motion, or we send a resolution Tuesday to council over this.
well, yeah, so I'll just see if we can confirm the details, if nothing else, but we'll put the recommendation that'll change here, and we'll draft a resolution up that we're moving forward, we confirmed that, and we're sending the letter off. So we just need to confirm that he hasn't, or had, like, if he has or
Could I
hasn't.
just, Frank, sorry, could I just ask for a point of order? So, it's follow-up to a notice of motion. Do we have to come back with a motion?
This is what I'm asking, I don't know.
I think we come back with the discussion that, or we can get legal clarification on this through
Previously it happened, there was one that happened in HR, that they had one and it was a notice of motion and they actually brought a resolution to council saying, here's what we were doing, and I don't have it here right in front of me, so
Was that recently?
relatively recently, I think earlier this year. So we'll confirm.
Could you?
So, sorry, the question is, your worship,
Does it re-
what is the follow-up of?
Yeah, I believe the follow-up is to say the discussion took place here at the Standing
Yeah.
Committee for Parks,
I don't think,
Recreation, Leisure.
I don't think we need a
Well,
resolution.
if we do, we do, but I'm just saying that I think we have an option here that I think is a great idea.
Yeah.
To, Christopher will find out if there was an honor bestowed on him, and then if not, we'll follow up with
Just
it.
referring back to protective emergency 2 weeks ago, when they asked about the fire chief about open and transparency over there for anyone to go over to council, if they had any questions on the whole operation.
Right,
And our fire chief said, yeah, I mean, the door's always open. And it ended there. That was the notice of motion in that time too, I think, Brad.
Was it? Okay,
Yeah,
alright, so we'll
so-
try to confirm, it's
So
something
it ended
that's,
right there,
it's new.
I think it
It's-
just needs to be made clear of what the direction council wants staff to go into with regards to this, because it's been brought forward numerous times of like, we need to do something, we need to do something.
The direction is clear, Mr. Chair, correct, is that we've had the discussion at the standing committee level. You've listed the qualifications in the criteria.
Yes.
That you must live in Charlottetown.
Yeah.
But we, through an idea or a suggestion from our CAO,
Yeah.
let's find out if he was recognized in Summerside. If he was not, we will put together a very colorful and supportive letter to send to mayor and council in Summerside to ask for recognition. Look, recognition is very important in any career that you're in, that you partake in, but right now, we've been dealing with this, as you said,
Yeah.
since 2020. I think there's a time we have to move, no, there is a time we have to move on.
So, but I think the point of order is, and I can double check on this, but I think we can end the notice of motion here,
Yes.
but from this committee, take a recommendation to council.
After we get to find
Once
out.
you get the information.
Is that all right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Is that all right?
Yeah, no, that's good, no, it's just, and I just wanna make sure I'm following the proper protocol.
That's right.
This is somewhat new, these notice of motions, and the fact that it has been going for 5 years. We wanna,
Excellent. Okay,
excellent, no, good, thank you.
Councilor Drumm?
are you okay with this idea? Joe?
I am, Captain, thank you.
Okay, think about it. D, for information only, design consulting services, Sherwood Sport and Recreation Complex, master plan report going to Public Works Committee. Manager Frank? Is that yours?
Yes, so you'll see that the resolution is included in there, I believe, if I can find it. Sorry. Yeah, so the resolution that's going to Public Works Committee, which is happening after this meeting at 12 o'clock noon. So you'll just, we don't have any decision on that, it's their committee that's gonna be making the decision and forwarding the recommendation to council, but just to let you know that the RFP, the evaluation committee includes, public works staff and parks and recreation staff, because it is a true cross-departmental, initiative. And the reason why the public works is taking the lead on it, at the forefront is because of the community center is felt in more need to be, possibly replaced and redone. Prior to the rink and anything else in that area, and we just wanna make sure before we go down that road to start building a community center, okay, what other infrastructure in that area might have to be attached to it, other infrastructure might have to be replaced, so that we're designing it properly for the footprint. So we got some excellent bids, and they'll be brought through the Public Works Committee, and we brought forward to council on Tuesday.
Thank you for that. Just to clear the air on something, sort of clear the air in my head, I guess, about this. When we are building something, let's say between the two parties, Public Works and Parks and Recreation, Public Works will build the building, and then Parks and Recreation takes it over for rentals and everything like that? Is that how that works?
So community centers are managed by,
Yeah, community
with
centers.
regards to the rentals and whatnot. Public Works will still do the maintenance and cleaning in
Right.
community centers. But now, for example, a rink, so let's say if a rink was added to this community center, then it would possibly become an arena, which would be 100% managed by Parks and Recreation. So that's sort of how it is. This is sort of a little unique in this area. We wanted to do a building condition assessment report of Cody Banks as well. but we want it to be done in conjunction with the whole scope of the project, so that you have the person that's looking at the community center and looking at that, okay, this needs to be replaced or whatever kind of thing. The rink maybe is good for another 10 years, maybe it's good for another 15 years, maybe you put a couple $1 million in it and you just have it for a longer period of time. Maybe it could be changed to another facility, like who knows down the road. But yeah, so we want to look at all the options and also reach out to the community and get their input
Okay.
as things have changed and whatnot. So, and we did a similar process with Simmons, only we had a different property size to work with here.
There you
This
go.
size is a more congested property.
Okay. Councillor Drong, any
very key to
questions
the
on
area.
that? Oh, sorry, Frank.
No, it's very important to the area though, of Sherwood,
it is.
community of Sherwood, so.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy that's coming forward. I just, like I said, Frank said it's going to the next meeting, so I guess we'll ask questions at council on Tuesday if it comes that way. Just like to get it going and get this process started, so
Yes.
thank you very much for getting it going.
Yeah, because there's a lot of talk for the last few years, but it's true, Councillor Drong, and I agree with you.
It is.
You know, we gotta start
Thank
moving
you.
on, thanks.
Chair, if I could just.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think the due diligence, the committee is just to recognize that we just don't wanna turn up what we think is a real positive initiative for the community center, into a negative because of not forward thinking anything
That's right,
through. That's.
I agree 100%. Mayor Brown?
So, Mr. Chair, just to follow up from CAO, when we looked at Simmons, we just were not looking at one component, we were looking at replacing the whole facility. This discussion about the Sherwood Rec Hall started just about the Sherwood Rec Hall.
That's what initially it did,
Yeah.
but it's because
And
of the stuff.
that's how the discussion evolved until we turned it into a bigger plan. And Councillor Duran remembers when we started this whole discussion about Simmons, about twinning it, I think Councillor Duran said, look, there's probably another 10 years more for Cody Banks. But there's not 10 more years for the Sherwood Rec Hall, because the Sherwood Rec Hall is an old building.
It's an old building.
And, you know, it doesn't, it's not, when you look now at that old building next to a $50-70 million new school, it's quite a contrast there.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking at DSRA, they are the low bid, $83,350. So, are you planning to come to council with the resolution with that low bid?
It's
It'd
not
be
us,
Public
it's Public
Works.
Works.
It goes through
So-
Public Works.
So this
Which
is,
is
we don't wanna
at
step
noon
on their
hour.
toes, yeah, so it'll be at their
They're
meeting,
yeah.
And it's been a great process, this is somewhat of a new process where two departments are bringing forward an actual, project, but it is a project that is cross-departmental, and we wanted to make sure that we're moving it forward. And we were doing a building condition assessment report on Cody Banks. We had that in our budget, so we said, okay, no, this has to be done together, and it has to include the whole property, and we do want it to get it moved forward, and it can be done in phases. You can do a community center, you can design it though, you'll see what else is gonna be designed next to it, or maybe it stays the way it is for a number of years, you just have a community center in front of it. So, and we have the new lot, the additional lot, the property that's next to the Sherwood Rec Hall, so,
Right.
so yeah, so it's.
DSR, who, it's an architectural firm, they may say, look, we're gonna go with the same idea that we went with Simmons Aquarena. Include the community center in the facility.
Well, it could be designed that way, but it can be built in stages, so you could build a community center first, but then have it that you potentially look at
Build on
adding
it.
a rink onto it, so that's what we're looking at, it's, cause that's really how this was initially an arena. Then we decided to add the community center to the other location, we decided to add the pool. So Simmons was a different, but that was a bigger lot, so we had a lot more room to work with, we could leave the existing building in place. Once you reach out to the community too, you're gonna get feedback, back to, they might want a walking track, those kind of things in a facility. But we have to work at the constraints within the property size as well, it's not as big a property as the Simmons location.
Look, the architects are the dreamers, the engineers like the Richard McEwens, they have to build it. And if I look at the footprint, and Councillor Duran probably knows more about that footprint than anybody else, that footprint out on Maple Avenue is a pretty tight footprint. And I believe the rink is not NHL size.
No, it's not.
It's probably community rink
Yes,
size,
it is.
correct?
Yeah.
Councillor Duran?
Yes, yep.
Yeah, so you're going with a rink, what's 185 by, what's NHL, 185 by 85?
Yes.
Yes,
Right. Like, that's a lot of,
yeah.
compared to what's there now.
It's in this
And
design.
we sold, remember, we sold that northeast corner to the province, so they could use that as a marshal yard.
Sorry, 200 by 85.
200 by 85, thank you, because 200 by 100 is.
So that's when we look at all those options too. And we
Yeah.
have the lawn bowling greens that have been very successful and they
Yeah.
wanna stay there. So you have to look at, building a building too, when you build it higher, it creates shadowing around neighboring property. So there's a number of things, and this architect firm did work with Simmons, and they have engineering
They
as
also
well.
They have engineers
They have
working as well
engineers
too.
Aligned.
Yeah, so they're involved, so they have, and they have an understanding of Charlottetown and our user groups and the community as well, so we're looking forward to that as well.
And certainly
so.
the building assessment will come back and give us a really good idea of how long Cody Banks, and we're guessing when we say 10 years, but the building assessment will tell you, yes, it's good for this, or maybe it comes back with something else, right? Lower number, higher number, so
Yeah,
that's,
Mr. Chair, I appreciate the due diligence, but, this has been a discussion for, I'm sure since Councillor Duran was elected, that, we have to do something with this building,
Yeah, I think we're coming to fruition though, it's something that'll come out of this report, we're gonna have all
We're moving ahead.
all our information, and I think that'll be council, hopefully come at the next.
And I think it's great
capital.
that we're doing a building assessment we should have did it years ago. So I think that's a great first step, and I think, and the mayor will be pleased and the CAO will be pleased that we have two committees that are working together in this. We all work together here at City Hall.
Working outside the silos, yes, you look at that,
Had to put it in there.
you don't need the committee of the whole.
Right, Bob?
That's right.
Bob's already signed up for that meeting, I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, Frank. E and F, Senior Engagement Committee and Youth Engagement Committee. The minutes are in your package, there's nothing pressing. They're doing a great job, two groups. They're involved. They met June 5th and July 3rd, excuse me, and June 19th and July 17th. They're involved with the whole committee, or with the whole community. And I think they're doing a great job, so a little shout out for them. I don't think there's any questions on the
I wanna
minutes.
thank DL and Brianna for the work that they're doing as the administrators
Maybe I
to
wasn't done
both,
thanking everybody.
both committees, and I think we can echo that.
Once again, he takes over my here. Did you wanna sit here? No, you're doing a great job, folks. And sort of keep up the good work, and any issues or anything, just come to us. We'll pass it on to CAO.
Now,
Any new business?
Department manager will deal with it.
Yeah,
I just wanted to sort of,
I just have,
oh, sorry, go ahead, Councillor Duran.
sorry, Bob, go ahead, Bob.
I just have a question about I was asked again about the Mulberry Park basketball pad. I'm just wondering, is there any update of that, or are we gonna put nets in the rink, or where's it at, Frank? I'm just not sure. Are we looking at next year, or what? I was up to look at it. It's one end seems to be really bad, so
Yes,
what did we come up with?
yeah, so Councillor Duran, that is what we're looking into, and we will have to cost that out, so there will actually be some basketball uprights. And it's great timing asking about that one, because it's another project that's gonna be opening this year. So we do realize that other end is bumpy. We were looking at it, could we put a roller on it to try to level it out? It's been too dry and too hard. So we're gonna sort of wait until to temporarily fix that other court. But we are looking in it that it makes sense for us to actually add basketball uprights to the new multi-sport venue. And we've done that at Hillsborough, where we've added one. And we'd look at there potentially adding two, one on either side. So we're working on that. It's just, there's gonna be some costs associated with it, so you'll be bringing forward next capital.
So I understand for the pad, but what about the posts, for the rink? Are you putting that off to next capital?
You mean the post for the, for the.
multi-sport facility. Like we're gonna put basketball nets in the multi-sport.
Yes, that's what we are. So they have to be installed outside of the actual fence, and they have to be designed. We're looking at other basketball upright designs, and maybe I'll mention right now the J. Frank Macaulay Park basketball pad that's being built there, or actually court.
Boards.
It's an actual official court. So there's
Saturday morning.
they have different. It's gonna be opening this Saturday. They're Buckets and Borders, who we partner with. So we're looking at some design features they've used in that with regards to their uprights. It's a different style of an upright that allows it to stay more secure than our normal gooseneck ones. So we didn't want to go and start putting something in that there's potentially something better that is coming here right now with the buckets and borders, so. So yeah, so that's,
Okay.
there is a cost, so that's the biggest thing, and we wanna design it properly that doesn't look like it's an add-on. So we realized the other one there, one end is still good at the other basketball court, the other one has some small bumps in it. Once we get some moisture in the ground, we're going to put a roller on it to try to roll that area to make it leveler.
Okay.
And then the long term though, which hopefully won't be that long, is that we will look at putting uprates at the multi-sport court, the facility, which is not, it won't be like extremely costly, but there is a cost associated with anywhere from, $10,000 to $20,000.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, so just on that other, what's sort of under new business here, under the grand opening, so the J. Frank McCauley Park, the basketball court, our partnership with Buckets and Borders. They've been getting along excellent, they've had the community involved, basketball PEI, volunteers, the Buckets and Borders individuals themselves that have been down and working on it. It is gonna be opening this Saturday from, and they're having an event from 11 to 3. The new court, you can go on to Facebook, they're sort of the lead on promoting it since it is their event. It is actually gonna be called The Beacon. The design of the actual image that's on the court is as a lighthouse right up the middle of the court. You can see on Facebook the image, the rendering of that as well. It is based, the design is based after Brighton Lighthouse, so the lighthouse in Charlottetown. It's a nice height for the lighthouse in this court because it's a single court that goes across. It's really unique. And you'll be able to see this when you're flying in, whatnot. You'll be able to see the actual court. It's pretty impressive. I've already had people commented already that I've heard that.
I drove by last night.
Yeah, people even flying over that someone come in and says, what's that in the middle of Charlottetown kind of thing, so.
It's no helipad.
New helipad, there you go. Let's
Don't
hope
say
doesn't
that,
happen.
that we landed on it.
Yes.
So the schedule on Saturday, there will be the official remarks where His Worship and Councillor Ramsey will be invited to say a few remarks. They're gonna have free youth programming, they have food truck on site. There's gonna be a 3-point competition, games and giveaways. They're doing a local all-star game, and then they're having the event wrap up at 3, so it's
And that starts at 11, Frank, just to clarify that?
starts at 11, yes, so and all this schedule will be sent out. I'm working with comps to sort of support their advertisements since they are based out of out west, I believe, is where one of the gentlemen's from, is that where it's?
Yes,
Yeah,
Calgary.
so,
Are they from Calgary?
Yes, I believe so.
Excellent.
yeah, so it's, and this, if you go on their website too, you'll see some other projects they've done, so this is it's great to have the attention to detail that they put into this court surface. We would not be able to afford to get someone to come in, and the artistic value to it, so it really is engaging. Basketball PI are very excited about it, and the youth that were there, you could just see them, they were just.
They had some of their members of the provincial team actually paint some of the areas of the
Wow.
courts and stuff.
And it is a regulation-sized basketball court.
Correct.
Yes.
Mr. Chair, this is the cover of Landscapes, which is is a magazine we get here at City Hall. And it's a summer edition 2024. They have one of their courts on the cover and examples in the article.
Nice.
I think this is a great project, and there's a possibility that we could do another in the city, somewhere else. And it's not just in the downtown. It's in one of the communities that are part of the 7 communities making up the city of Charlottetown. So Frank, kudos to you guys. If we're doing the presentation of this, is this gonna be in the afternoon for the baseball game? Because both events are on Saturday, correct? If we're gonna install this? or-
No,
This
that's,
wouldn't happen till after council, that's not
this
gonna
is,
happen till.
that event is not until the next week.
Not this week coming?
No, the
Okay.
basketball is this Saturday. Their first game is Tuesday night, the
Right.
baseball. And then they play in Fredericton, they play on Saturday.
In Fredericton, right
No,
here.
sorry, they play on Saturday in Charlottetown, then they play in Fredericton on Sunday, and then they're back here for game 3 on Tuesday, the 9th.
When do
the
we plan to
baseball.
present this?
The
This
baseball,
Saturday?
it would be the following Saturday.
You're presenting it at council on Tuesday.
Yes.
And then the following, once council gives the.
Yeah, once they give
thumbs
the
up,
okay.
then it'll
For the
be,
sign.
then we'll.
Unveiling's a week after the basketball.
Yeah.
It will be. Okay.
Yes.
Just wanna clarify that.
Yeah.
And could I just, under new business, any update on the Simmons artificial turf field? Timelines,
So
benchmarks,
we're working on that, our next committee meeting, I'll have an update on all the capital projects, we're just putting the final touches on the RFP that's being sent out to obtain engineering services. Once we get that done, then we'll be actually working on the tender document and design. It is taking a little bit longer, it's just been very busy with a
Plan
lot
to
of
start at
projects.
late fall?
We would hope, if things work out, if we can get things moving along here, and at least we'll do some preliminary work as well to find out what the soil is like and those kind of things as well. So it's just, it is a big project along with everything, all the other projects, that's been going on. It's taken us a little longer to get our RFP
Thank you for
out,
bringing that
but-
up, your worship, as I get the.
But I will have a very detailed update on the, and Christopher has been communicating with, privateers.
And Frank, Mr. Chair, the reason I bring it up, because if you drive by the field looks great. A lot of people have forgotten that that's an irrigated field, so
It is.
That's the
that
reason
all
why it
has to
looks
come
great.
out.
That's the reason why it looks great, and that's been part of our issue as well with how dry it was this year.
It
We
still
were
looks
having,
like a green, it's a,
but we were having it, some other fields that aren't irrigated has created that we had to somewhat increase use in other fields and reduce use in other fields.
School sports are gonna start here soon too, so they're gonna be at
So-
Colonel Gray and Simmons.
and Queen Charlotte use that field.
It's been a very challenging summer with how dry it's been. We
Yeah,
have
the
about-
privateers brought that up to me in an email also to your worship, did an update, and I passed it on to our assistant manager. He replied to them, sort of getting the stages where we're at. So we didn't ignore his
No,
email,
I'm
so
not
we're
saying we
doing
did.
that stuff.
Not at all.
And one more thing maybe under new business, staying with the Simmons Arena. And I brought up before, I'm still being stopped of why they can't get a coffee or something there, or
So
is there
we-
any way
yeah.
that we can sort of contract someone in to get,
Yeah, so
I don't know.
No, so we're working on expression of interest, we're looking at the options within ourselves, so for example, there is coffee there, there will be,
Okay.
that we'll be providing, it's just very minimal, we have the ability to provide. There's been a couple games that we've hosted there recently, the Islanders and
Caps.
the Caps,
Yeah,
which we hosted there, and we had,
do well too.
we had somebody come in and actually provide, do service a canteen, there were, what's the group, I can't remember what it
It was
was.
just a food truck
Food
vendor
truck
that
group,
come in.
but they come in and worked out of the kitchen, so.
Because a lot
So
of it
we're-
is, Frank, my children all grew up at Simmons, but they're adults now, but a lot of these younger families go in and their practice time or their games are at 4:30, 5 o'clock. You know, they're around the meal time and all that, and they like to have a coffee or a donut or a roll of fries or something.
But the
Can't
canteen
have
was,
French fries.
but the canteen was not always open
No,
either at the old Simmons
this is
during
true.
those times too, right?
This
It's-
is true.
It's not that we had staff, it was more in a high traffic time if there was games and things like that,
And again,
so.
you got your spud coming up in your early bird, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which are big
absolutely.
draws.
Yes,
So we're,
absolutely,
so
the
we're looking
canteen
at the
would be
demand,
open.
so that's what I probably figured, and Mike
I
is,
just thought I'd throw that.
yeah,
out
Mike
there.
has a better idea now on how many people are using the walking track, how many people are using all
Okay.
the other venues. So if we feel the demand is there, we're gonna go out, okay, and see what there is expressed in the benches, if people see that there's a demand there, someone will put forward an option, and we'll say, yes, that's a good option, and they
Yeah.
might, we might
No,
be
I
able
just
to-
want to keep that on the
Yeah,
forefront.
no, it is, it's just, we're gonna continue to run a basic canteen, but
Right.
we're looking at options to actually improve it, because it is becoming a location now, if you go over there,
Yeah,
like in the summer, we had it open during the mornings till around 3 o'clock, I think it was, at the walking track, and then we closed it for a period of time. But people were using it up to then, not as high as you'll have in the fall and winter and whatnot, but there is a regular user group and the
the
facility when
walking
it's
track's
open.
fantastic.
First thing in
Somebody
the
said they're there watching, it's last week or something, there's something going on, tryouts and all that stuff. And as the kids are all trying to do, they're practicing, the parents are all walking around the walking track.
Yeah.
So it's working, it's a perfect idea.
And the pool ran very smoothly this year,
Yes, it's
a
gonna
few
have-
little
great.
creaks, but it was very, very well received.
Except for the picture that your mayor got when he's diving.
Well, that official dive
Okay, polka dot.
apparently made it extremely popular in the pool, it was a
Flip
must
dive.
do this summer.
Very close to that.
Probably be shooting baskets in El Sardi, would he, at the other place?
So Frank, using that, I know the rink, Simmons Arena, the canteen it was randomly open, randomly closed.
In recent years, previously it
Is
used
there
to
a
be
way
more.
to try to get a schedule that shows something that
Mm.
people can see, here are the times it'll be open?
Yeah.
And what about a confectionery oven? Is it called a confectionery? It's the new ovens, I shouldn't say
Yes.
it's new, it's
So,
It's
so
used
we're,
in a
so
lot
we're
of
working to that too. We didn't wanna jump too far into, so we wanna figure out what's need for expression of interest. So what are some things that people want there? And then once that comes in place, you know, if someone comes in and does the service for us, what items do they need? And that kind of contract and working agreement kind of thing. So we are looking at that option as well if we continue running ourselves.
Right.
So it's just, we wanna sort of get a feel
Yeah.
out there, what is out there, is there somebody, we've had people that says, you know, they wanna bring over their products and put it in a vending machine and those kind of things, well, we sort of have to look at, it's a public building, so we'd have to do an expression of
But the old
interest.
Simmons did have those machines where you could get potato chips.
Yeah, those kind
Yeah.
of things, yeah, and we're looking at that as well, so that basic stuff, but we have that in the canteen as well.
Right.
So, we're just looking at the option, things have changed dramatically in
Yeah.
recreation facilities now, where they try to have more healthy options, and most times.
It's not chocolate bars and potato chips.
Most times they do contract out and have somebody do it in larger municipalities, so we're
We
looking
can
at.
talk healthy, like till we're blue in the face, but at the same time, it's just a noted fact that when you go to a rink and you wanna order fries. And that's been going on for 100 years, right? You know, and I'm not saying that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, no,
but-
no, we
but
probably-
the-
no, we
the-
probably will.
Like, that's the aura about a rink, right? Your fries.
So it's working out
Yeah,
those
that's
2
good.
weeks, but it's been a great, very popular facility. It's,
Excellent.
having it open earlier this
Well,
year has been
it's beautiful,
good as
beautiful.
well too, with the Islanders getting in there and
Yeah.
it's
The pool's been great because it's been heated. Huh? Stewie never would turn on the heat in the old pool. Stewie, turn on that heat. Oh, it's good for you to swing.
It was,
Okay.
it was not very efficient, the old, so.
Oh, I know it wasn't.
Okay,
He wouldn't jump over.
anything else from you, Councilor Drown?
No, everything's been covered. Thank you, Kevin.
Okay, thank you again for calling in early, Bob, and I really
No
appreciate it.
problem.
A motion to adjourn. Moved by Mayor Brown, second by Councilor Drown. Thank you very much, folks. Have a great day.
Sure.